It's Labor Day pero tuloy-tuloy ang aksyon natin dito sa Alonte Sports Arena to bring the 2026 MPBL season. It's going to be a good day of basketball during Labor Day, May 1. And we're going to bring you 3 games and a lot of action here in the MPBL. Sean Argente scoring 25, going up against the high-octane scorer and the two-way guard coming off the University of the Philippines, Diego Dario, as they try to go 3 straight here in our league. Sean Argente on your screens there. 3 games on your slate today. Quezon versus Meycauayan in our first game. Caloocan versus Marikina at 6 p.m. And in our last game, the home team, Binyan Tatakgel, will be going up against Basilan Steel at 8 p.m. Magandang hapon, mga kaliga. This is Juanito Gregorio alongside Mr. X&O's Coach Mike Perez. Coach Mike, how excited are you for our day here at, during Labor Day?
Well, in the same excitement as the teams that's playing today. Kasi gusto nila mangyari is at least to stay in the middle of the pack, and there are certain teams that want to stay up top. And so to win is the priority for the day for these teams.
Of course, we also want to say hi to all of our viewers on YouTube, on Top Sports, and on Solar Sports. Siyempre, pakilala din natin ang mga kasama natin at mukhang may dalang kwento sa atin ang ating courtside na si Andrea Endicio.
Yes, but first of all, happy Labor Day, Juanito, Coach Mike, to our MPBL family, and of course sa ating mga kaliga. And going back, mula sa panig ng Marilawa Gems, well, they are undeniably down after losing quite bad in front of their home crowd. Sabi nga nitong si Coach Stan Banal, medyo lumalabas ngayon yung mga negativities, but hopefully hindi nila madala sa larong ito. At para naman sa panig ng Quezon Huskers, well, of course, they are in high spirits with a back-to-back wins, great practices, even better trainings. Natutuwa nga daw ang kanilang head coach na si Coach Eric Gonzalez because each player is pushing each other to their limits, making the team an even better team. More of these stories later on, but for now, balik muna sa inyo.
Thank you for that, Andrea. Coach, 2 teams coming off different stories in their last game. So, tingnan natin kung ano yung magiging adjustments ng ating mga teams ngayon. Pero balikan muna natin yung ating game day kahapon. A long day of basketball. It was in Batangas. Pero Coach, tingnan natin mga nangyari kahapon.
Well, Valenzuela edging out itong Negros, and then Rizal, sustaining their last win against San Juan in that last game. 98-68, Batangas really showing their strength on defense, and the comeback game of Rin William being na inaantay ng lahat.
Well, it was a day really where the team overpowered their opponents, really controlling on the scoreboards. Pero tignan naman natin ang last game nitong Quezon Huskers. They are 2-0 here in the season, and in their last game, no different para dito sa Quezon Huskers. Another victory for them.
Yeah, defeated Mindoro in the last game. Very efficient shot making. They were securing the boards. They dominated the paint. They had a superb supporting cast, and I say that because yung 54 na bench points nila is actually 66% of their 81-point output, and you clearly could see when Andrea mentioned about Coach Eric saying that pinagagaling lalo nila yung bawat isa sa kanila dito sa Quezon Huskers, and that definitely is an indicator yung support that they got from that game.
Well, itong nakatakot sa Huskers, they're only in their second game, but they are overpowering any opponent. They already beat Binyan in their first game, and then Mindoro in their second game, looking to get their third here. Meycauayan on the other end, it was their first home game of the season, but Coach, medyo nagulat sila against Caloocan.
Oh, and Caloocan is always going to be a tough team to go up against, and they lost to them. Average shooting is pretty much, yung overall shooting was pretty much average. It was a tough shooting game. They only had, 8 of 29. And they really got outworked on the glass and in the paint. And you go up against guys like Kimani Ladi and the movable pieces that chase rebounds and get control on the boards, you're definitely going to be outworked in that department.
Well, ang alam naman natin is this Meycauayan Marilao Gems team is a team with a lot of talent, a good coach, and a culture that is set for winning. So they're ready, and let's turn you over to our game announcer, Richard Campos.
A pleasant afternoon. On this Labor Day, we celebrate hard work and passion. Welcome to the 2026 Manny Pacquiao's MPBL Season 8, ang Liga ng Bawat Pilipino. Live on Solar Sports, Tap Sports, and YouTube channel. Our first game is Quezon Huskers versus Meycauayan Marilao Gems here at the Alonte Sports Arena, Binyan City, Laguna. Let's meet the starters first for the Quezon Huskers. At forward number 41, Joshua Yero. Point guard number 15, Cyrus the Righteous Tabi. Center number 10, Sed Manzano. At forward number 3, the Iron Claw, Mike Cañete. To guard number 2, the Southern Punisher, Judel Fuentes. Their head coaches, Eric Gonzalez. Assistant coaches, Richie Tixon, Ed De La Torre, Luis Nolasco, Jonathan De Guzman, Nash Racela, Bernard Diguia, and Councilor Jeric Teng. Team manager is Attorney Don Capunan. Team owners, Governor Doc Helen Tan, Congressman Mike Tan, and Mayor Ralph Lim. Here are for the Meycauayan Marilao Gems. At forward number 15, Flex Aprecu. Center number 12, Vince Tolentino. At guard number 9, Sean Argente. Point guard number 0, MJ De La Virgen. And at forward number 4, Ajem Miranda. The head coach is Jonathan Banal. His assistants are Dexter Rosales, Ice Banal, Nate Santos, Kian Karatay, Brian Monday, Francis Amores. Team manager Kaiser Galvez. The team owners are Aya Saicon and Marilao Mayor Attorney Jamsey. Referees for this ball game are crew chief Jonathan Kanda with Edwin Bubos and John Bert.
Starting 5 brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sportsbook of the MPBL. Quezon starting with Tabi, Fuentes, Manzano, Cañete, and Hierro. On the other end, Marilao Gems starting with De La Virgen, Argente, Tolentino, Aprecu, and Ajem Miranda.
Well, interesting battle in the guard situation there. Cyrus Tabi alongside Judel Fuentes going up against the guys from Marilao, MJ De La Virgen, and of course AJ Miranda and Sean Argente.
Medyo bagong starting 5, coach, para dito sa Marilao Gems. They'll be going with a 3-point guard rotation, which might give them a new flavor here, but the first possession goes to the Huskers.
I love the activity to start this game. Mike Cañete letting go a 3 from top.
Judel Fuentes on top. 10 seconds on the shot clock.
Oh boy, Mike Cañete wants that post up.
Tabi, 5 seconds to attack. Tabi attacks right, gives it up down low, block from behind by Vince Tolentino. MJ De La Virgen gives it up to Aprecu. Open on the corner, Argente, one fake. First shot, first make right away for Sean Argente.
Sean Argente, you know, a player that, you know, second most used offensively para dito kay Coach Tantan Banal. We all know who the first one is. It's AJ Miranda. But the way that Sean Argente has performed, not just of usage pagdating sa ofensiba nitong Marilao, he's actually very efficient. A lot of good efficiencies in terms of shooting on the floor and even making shots on the line.
Coach, let's talk about the last game of Sean Argente. He scored 25 points in a blowout game. 25 of the 79 points coming from one guy, Sean Argente. And Coach, talk about the impact he's making in terms of scoring para dito sa Marilao Gems.
I think importante dito yung shot making niya on the outside. The 5 of 11 from 3 points. That's close to almost 50% from there. And you know that Coach Tantan Banal, you know, likes these kind of players that's able to provide them floor spacing. It opens up the floor for other guys to create like AJ Miranda.
Might be one of the reasons why they decided to go with Sean Argente early, but MJ De La Virgen stretching out the floor, starting at 5-0 in favor of Meycauayan. Quezon naman ang atake dito. Swings it out. 14 on the shot clock for Cyrus Tabi. Two-man game with Sed Manzano, doubled by Aprecu. Short para dito kay Fuentes. Second chance for Mike. Drops it down 4 pink shirt. That's going to be 3 seconds. Clogging and closing the paint is Meycauayan.
Yeah, just good rotation right there by Meycauayan. And definitely, if you're going up against the Quezon Huskers, you have to be, on your A game when it comes to defense and even in your offensive end. Kasi itong Quezon Huskers, they are very elite when it comes to defense, and they're very proud of their bench.
LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. Delivery looking to go back-to-back. Short this time. Ang Huskers. Fuentes drops it down. Manzano, 1-on-1.
Wow.
Too long, too strong, too good. Said Manzano finishes that basket and one.
One of the things now that the Quezon Huskers are doing, they are not solely and primarily shooting shots on the outside, but you see that beautiful pass right there over to Seth for that finish.
This play of the game is brought to you by Sports Blood, the official sportsbook of the MPBL. Said Manzano gets the free throw, 5-3 in favor of the Marilao Gems. Ikot ang bola. Agent. Balik dito kay Argente. Adrian Miranda. Uses Vince Tolentino. Adrian looking for a friend. Gives it up to Felix. Felix forced to shoot with 3 on the shot clock. It's long for Felix. Okay, dito. They go to the corner. Mike Cañete fakes, shoots. It's to the side for Mike Cañete. Takbo naman dito ang Marilao Gems. Good hands by Jodel Fuentes to tap the ball out.
So far, a little bit of cold shooting para dito kay Mike Cañete. He let go one from the top earlier. And then that corner 3, same result. And really being bothered din ang depensa nitong ni Vince Tolentino, who, in my opinion, one of the guys that you don't want to go up against if you're the offensive player, because he's tough defensively.
AJ Miranda looking to get another 3 here. That's the second triple on the side of Marilao Gems here in the first quarter.
And AJ Miranda, showing us yung klase ng range na meron rin siya. And he always is gonna try and find this spot on the floor.
On the other end, an answer by Wawa Yero, getting it from that right wing.
Yan ang isa sa mga umangat sa laro ni Yero this season, especially doon sa preseason. You definitely could feel it. If there's one thing from season 7 that he understands, I gotta be better at, surely it's 3-point shooting.
Well, this is a guy coach that really provided a lot of good minutes for the Adamson Soaring Falcons during his collegiate days. But here, extending his tenure with the Quezon Huskers, looking to go back-to-back. Short para kay Wawa. What a rebound coming from Tolentino.
Yeah, we talked about effort, definitely never short of it. This is Vince Tolentino, and just giving them that boost of energy para dito sa Meycauayan.
Vince Tolentino looking like Swiss Army knife, doing everything for Marilao Gems early on. That's going to be the short for Felix Apricu, 0-for-2 coach. Not the usual game for Felix, but he is looking to score a lot more here in this ball game.
And when I know when you say na it's not the usual, kasi kadalasan rebound, pasa, takbo sa baba.
Manny paid the digital wallet built for the community.
Yan nagiging laro ni Flex Apreco, pero ngayon nakakadalawang tira na yan on the perimeter.
Fade away coming from Jodel. That's a tough jumper para kay Jodel.
Jodel Fuentes, one of the nicest looking jumpers we have in the MPBL for so many years.
Cyrus Sabi tapping it from behind. Cyrus, the lefty on the right side, was able to fish for a foul for 2 free throws. Coaches, talk about Cyrus Tabi. What do you see the growth of his career here? Jumping over from Pasay, going all the way here to the Quezon Huskers.
Yeah, what you like about Cyrus Tabi is when he was with Pasay, he was really more of a scorer there. But now, he's not so much commanded to be a scorer because you have other guys that are actually helping him out, and he's more of a facilitator here. Sa dami ng mga long-range shooters dito sa Quezon Huskers, he really is gonna be, providing a different level of support para dito sa Huskers.
Well, Cyrus Tabi was playing for the Pasay Voyagers in the last season. But this time around, Quezon looking for a replacement for the energy of LJ Gonzalez, able to find Cyrus Tabi. But Sed Manzano now with 5 points in the ballgame.
Well, getting inside the paint, yan so far nagiging parang theme dito sa Quezon Huskers. If their shots are not hitting on the outside, you definitely are gonna have the availability of Sed Manzano. Another turnover here.
A lot of turnovers on the side of the Marilao Gems. That's the third straight in their offensive set. Fuentes gets a foul. That's a basket for Judel.
Wow. Judel Fuentes gonna work very early here.
Timeout is called here by Coach Tantan Banal early on. Let's watch this again. Able to get a little physicality coming from MJ Deliveren, but the harder part is getting that finish is Judel.
Yep. And really, initiating that bump and getting to that finish.
Quezon so far in the first quarter has a 6-point lead, 14-8. Fuentes going to the line to get his bonus free throw before the timeout. He got a basket and one with a foul against MJ De La Virgen. And so far, ang Quezon coach, unti-unting nag-iinit here in the first quarter.
Yeah, and Judel Fuentes, medyo reserved lang konti yung kanyang plays.
So let's turn you over to our courtside, Andre and Disha.
I shared to you guys about the tiny negativities bubbling up in this Meycauayan Marilao Gems team. And as Coach Tan Banal said, the root cause of all this, frustrations, witnessing scenes like pointing fingers. Ito daw yung mga bagay na hindi niya ito tolerate sa team. As a leader, it's a tough situation to watch. Basically, the downs or losses should not divide but bring us together and make us stronger. Looking at the brighter side, kahit daw na they're a small team, after all, basketball is about effort. Something na nakulangan siya in their game against Caloocan, lalo na daw against QC. Two things, more effort, more understanding. These are the things that Marilao Gems are looking for right now. Back to you guys.
Thank you for that, Andrea. Coach, let's talk about effort. It was not really seen against Caloocan, but in their first game, ginulat agad nila yung Zamboanga. Let's talk about what can you see about this Marilao Gems that's right now a positive and a negative?
Well, number one, definitely you have the pieces. No? You have the different players coming from different teams the previous season. Well,
What a pass coming from Diego Dario.
yeah, and you know that these guys individually can actually perform. Mix Corteza, you have Patrick Ramos, Ajem, Sean Argente, you have the veteran MJ De La Virgen, you have the energy of Vince Tolentino and Flex Apreco. And you know that it really is just a matter of bringing these guys together and coming together to play as a unit. And I like how Coach Tan Banal actually says, hindi ko papayagan yan dito sa team ko. I will make sure that we'll keep that in check and remain everyone on the exact same page. And clearly here you see missed shots, but you love how the effort to get to second chance opportunities and extend the possessions shows that these guys can definitely perform for Coach Tantan Banal.
The effort is seen there, and they were able to provide an opportunity to get a three. Diego Dario with a skip pass. It's a foul coming from Chris Lalata. Going back to the point of Marilao, there was 3 opportunities there. Eventually getting the 3 is Sean Argente. Robbie Naive now giving a rest para dito kay AJ Miranda. Sports Plus is the official sportsbook of the MPBL. Scan the QR code to play or visit www.sportsplus.ph. Argente pressured by Diego Dario. Naive goes left. Kicks it out to Corteza. the ball on the floor. Floater, specialty of the house, but in and out para kay Miggy Corteza.
Really trying to find a way to get inside the paint and score amidst the defense of the Quezon Huskers. And Coach Tantan Banal, I'm sure, relishes this opportunity to be able to go up against the Quezon Huskers.
Meycauayan so far 5 out of 13 here in the first quarter. The struggles is seen. Diego Dario puts the ball on the floor, kicks it out. It's long for Tagle. Oh, sorry, that is Christian Pagaran. Delata. Ibigay dito kay Diego Dario. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Diego Dario, a good team basketball, but a little too long. Christian Pagaran, in and out. Medyo minamalas. Quezon Huskers this past few plays.
Oh, couldn't get the ball to go in and score those points, but definitely effort-wise, nakikita mo 3 on its way, no?
Gente with a miss. A few misses coming from both the teams. Abate looking to change things up. Abate stops, pops to the left, but rebounded by Will Macaloni. Give it out. Good read coming from Sean Argente. 3 versus 2. Argente gives
Nice
it up.
pass.
And that's the specialty of the house para kay Miggy Corteza, cutting the lead 17-13.
And that's the advantage that you get. If you are a very good scorer, at least at the very least average scoring down on the perimeter, you know that people are going to check on you, and they know that the 1-2 punch here is always going to be Ajem and Sean, and you have to be mindful where he is, and that now gives him the instance to do whatever he wants against the defense.
Diego Dario drops it up. It's too strong for Will Macaloni. Once again, Christian Pagaran couldn't get it. Opportunity this time around for Marilao.
I like the energy of Marilao in this game.
Santos, using his length but couldn't control the basketball. Babalik ang bola para sa Huskers. Abate likes the open court. You can't see the advantage on Will Macaloni. Give it back. There's a switch. Now it's Santos. Is on Macaloni. 1-1. Pump by Macaloni.
Oh, yeah.
Able to get the foul coming from Robin Ive.
You and I had a discussion earlier about the different ways of itong Quezon Huskers really attacking on the offensive end. And one thing that you and I both agreed on is yung labanan sa loob ng paint. Ano? And I strongly feel na yung minention mo about Seth Manzano and even Will Macaloni has brought them to that situation. And even guys like that have come in, Jolo Manansala, who really brings in a lot of ball on the deck situation, attack the rim type of shots.
Well, Coach, you look at the Quezon Huskers, whatever possession you're looking at, they have a very deep lineup. Point guard, you have Abundo, you have Dario, you have Cyrus Tabi on that wing position, Manansala, you have Abate, you have Fuentes, and on that big coach, Lalata, you have Macaloni, and itong si Sed Manzano. Coach, what do you think is still some things that they have to be able to improve towards the season if they want to go back to the championship?
I would like for them to keep their three-point shooting from last season. I mean, yung three-point shooting, okay na yan eh. I think yung sa loob na the presence that they gained inside is a huge boost. Magkaibang big si Simon Sandagon versus Sed Manzano.
Yes,
Simon is really more of, you attack the rim, I'm going to cut back door, make that zero cut, give me an alley-oop, and I'll finish it. But Sed Manzano, he sits on the post. You give him the ball, and everybody else move away and, give screens to allow shooters to rotate and dives on the weak side. And if nothing is in there, he himself can be the one to find a way to score inside the paint. So you have that level of, I guess, flexibility now and power inside the paint para dito sa Huskers. Of course, alongside this guy on the line, Will Macaloni.
A little different in terms of personnel here. No more LJ Gonzalez.
Yeah.
No more Al Francis Tamsi. A lot of guys going to different teams, but the personnel that they changed, Will Macaloni, Sed Manzano, John Abate, then the culture continues para sa Quezon Huskers. So far, they are up by 7 here in the first quarter. 22 seconds, last shot time para dito sa Huskers. Abate brings it down. They're looking to score the last basket here in this quarter. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Abate gives it up. Almost stolen. 5 seconds. Abate stops, pops, long for Abate. Rebounded. No more time remaining, and that's going to end the first quarter 20-13 in favor of your Huskers.
And the Huskers just keep pouring it on. 20 attempts, but the shooting is not pretty average, roughly about 30% shooting. Meantime, they only have 1 3-point make as opposed to tatlo para dito sa Marilao, and really all because of the paint scoring, either by Sed Manzano or Jidel Fuentes.
So far, the Huskers are in control. An early start by the Marilao Gems, but a quick answer by the Quezon Huskers to go out in the first quarter with a 7-point lead, 20-13.
Win the game. Easy lang with Sports Plus.
Sports Plus is the official sportsbook of the MPBL. Scan the QR code to play or visit www.sportsplus.ph. Simula tayo dito sa second quarter where slowly but surely our fans are filling up with 3 good games here on our game day. Commissioner Emerson Reta and the Peacemaker Rudy Distrito here on your Labor Day to watch and of course para bantayan ng ating MPBL. Polonio, bigay dito kay Corteza. Miggy, not his usual shot but he was open. Good activity by Soriano. Sorry, that's Serrano.
Yep.
Jeric Serrano getting the 2 there.
Jeric, I think played also for the Pasay Voyagers. Ito si Jeric Serrano.
That's right.
And so former teammates, I guess, in Cyrus and him now playing on different ends of the floor.
Coloni. Couldn't control that basketball. It's going to be a turnover on Will Macaloni.
Well, 2 things you see in that situation. One, you love that quick passing and ball movement of the Huskers, but you have to admire the level of involvement defensively for Marilao, not making anything easy. They had a 2 on the ball situation, pero yung help pagdating kay Will Macaloni, nandun kagad, very available.
Ramos gives it up to Apolonio. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Good defense by Pagaran. And Christian Pagaran forcing that turnover. Parang linta. Coach, hindi umalis sa harap neto ni Jason Apolonio.
And I felt Apolonio, the multiple dribbles that he did really stalled the offense. There was some movement, sometime mid-part of that offensive set with that pass by Patrick Ramos. But once that ball got stalled because of the defense of Pagaran, that's when they got into trouble.
Huskers forcing another stop. They go down low. Oh, too long for Sed Manzano, wanting to go on the corner for Alvin Abundo.
Oh, kala kasi ni Sed, he'll sink deeper into the 3. Of course, his Huskers always looking for that available 3, that being the shortest distance 3 of all.
Good low post on Miggy Corteza. Good fake. And able to fish for that foul against Jolo Manansala. I'm sure these guys have seen each other in their collegiate days. So this is a good matchup dito kay Miggy Corteza and Jolo Manansala.
Oh, tsaka kita mo talaga hinabol yung yung footwork papunta doon, and nagkaroon ng contact and eventually sends Miggy to the line.
Miggy Corteza averaging 12 points a ball game, close to 3 rebounds and an assist in 22 minutes of play per game. So far, 2 points pa lang para dito kay Miggy Corteza, but we do know how important he is moving forward para dito sa Marilao. Goes here for 2.
Oh, yes. Because big man presence that can actually play the long game. Has a good perimeter and can battle it out in the paint. They're definitely gonna need that from Miggy.
Sala hesitates, drives. Good defense played by by Apolonio. Good challenge by Apolonio. That might be a block on Jason.
I really have to love the energy and defensively para dito sa Marilao. Clearly, they're not getting intimidated by the South champs in the Quezon Huskers. They understand where they are.
Extreme ang subok at kompletong appliances brand ng Pilipinas. Robbie Naive using the screens. Good line, but long for Robbie Naive. Rebounded by Alvin. They're looking to run 5 versus 4. Abundo goes down low. Manzano with the advantage. What a beautiful spin. But just could not get it in. They said Manzano, but there's a whistle. The ball will stay with the Huskers.
Huskers keeps the ball. So far, they have 4 more attempts than that of itong Marilao. Quezon want to talk it over.
Quezon so far having a little struggle on the offensive end. They're only at 22% in terms of their field goal. They need a timeout. Balik ang aksyon dito sa MPBL. We're in our second quarter of the first game with 7 minutes and 57. Happy Labor's Day to everybody. And we do hope that for a lot of us, you are getting your rest. Abundo go to Cyrus Tabi on the corner. Tabi in and out. Patrick Ramos, he likes this open break. Naive, good hand by Mike Cañete. 3 versus 1. Tabi to Cañete.
Oh, wow.
Touch pass. But gotta credit Patrick Ramos for standing his ground. Not able to finish is the Huskers.
I'm sure the coaching staff of the Huskers would have another thing to say about it. We're overpassing. Clearly, we're right in front. The defense kept rotating. Somebody's got to take that shot.
That was already actually coach a layup line. But
right.
Cyrus Tabi wanting a 3 more than a 2. So naibawi rin naman ni Cyrus Tabi. 5 points in total for Cy here in the ball game.
Well, he shot more attempts on the corner 3 so far this season compared to that of what he did in season 7 on a per game average. Pero Cyrus Tabi really looking to stretch some more his range in this game. And to be here in the Huskers, it's a good fit for the kind of player, fast-paced, loves to drive, and can take threes as well. Itong si Cyrus.
Actually, yan ang takot ng Huskers. In the past 2 years, the face of their team was always LJ Gonzalez.
Yeah.
So it always scared them who will get that energy, who will provide that same numbers, and in the end they were able to find a free agent in Cyrus Tabi.
Oh, such a good find itong si Cyrus Tabi. And he is very elite when it comes to decision making, and that's the same thing that I guess you would say from LJ Gonzalez. Right now he's averaging assist to turnover ratio about 3, and so just 1 turnover for every 3 assists. Beautiful feed right there for Mike Cañete, and chalk that up for another assist para kay Cyrus. And these 2 guys have come in new for the Huskers, have really blended well for the Huskers.
Very interesting 5 right here para sa Quezon Huskers. You have 3 veterans in Fuentes, Tabi, and of course the Iron Claw, and then 2 rookies in Jolo Manansala and Sed Manzano. So a good mix on the side of the Huskers. It's a miss para dito kay Serrano. Another rebound for Cyrus Tabi. They push the ball. Fuentes goes out. Cañete open on the middle. Good line, in and out. Ball is stopped. Ball will stay with the Huskers.
That is one of the things that has changed also in this season para sa Quezon Huskers. You see this play of the game right here.
The game is brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL.
Cyrus Tabi just feeding it underneath. Easy curl under for Mike Cañete. The many times that he's seen guards do that. Oh, what a fake by Jodel Fuentes.
That's yet another foul on the side of Marilao. That's going to be team foul number 3 early on here in the second quarter. Yeah, si Coach Tantan Banal, ikot tao ulit. Jimboy Pastoran getting his first minutes of the ball game.
Now that's another guy that can score for them, si Jimboy Pastoran. I clearly remember na naglaro ito sa Manila. You know, he was very crucial in the late run in the regular season para sa kanila. Oh wow, look at that power by Sed Manzano.
Whoever is in front of them, Sed Manzano, is not scared.
Oh yeah. At saka alam mo, ang ano kay Sed, when he's down there on the low block, you feel his upper body is so strong, and then you have his wide base, no? When he moves, he's from the left side, napunta na kagad sa gitna, you know? And he covers so much space on the floor and even up there. And you really have to be in your A game to try and defend against him on the post.
Coach Eric Gonzalez. On your screens there, Sed Manzano. You know, Coach, what you like about Sed Manzano is he's calm.
Yeah.
Very cool. Parang almost no emotions. Parang merong taong pag basketball lang.
Totoo. Tsaka ano no? Clearly nakafocus sa laro.
Yes.
Without losing.
Yes, he has that vibe.
No, nawalang losing, nawawalang character no? Well, not to say that other bigs na ganun is not right, pero that's different.
Manny paid the digital wallet built for the community.
Like point in case, maybe the best one that you could compare him against is definitely Mark Pinglis, who is, you know, he went up against in the last game. Pero animated naman kasi si Mark Pinglis, eh. He loves to rile up the crowd.
Diego Dario returning to the ball game here. Had a good first quarter for them. Diego kicks it out to Hierro. Good cut by Lalata, just did not get the floater. Rebounded by Flex. Vince Tolentino puts the ball on the floor, looking for a friend, gives it up to Ajem. Drive,
Nice
Arrejente.
ball movement.
JRU to Benil, back to JRU. Arrejente open for the 3. Short para kay Sean Arrejente, but there's a pull. The ball will stay para sa Marilao.
And you definitely could see, you see Coach Tantan Banal almost crossing the half-court line right now. He is actually telling his guys na, you know, there's still that one more pass that you can skip over to AJ Miranda on the other end. You guys just work that left side and left wing and corner. You got to swing that ball over and have movement on the weak side once you reverse it.
So far, Coach, the struggles continue. Only 15 points para dito sa Marilao.
Yeah, it's the struggle.
The 27% here in the ball game. Pastoran trying to snake. Gives it up to Ajem. Their best scorer in the ball game. In and out for Ajem. Pangalawang pagkakataon. Ajem on the fade. Just couldn't get it. Good hands. Wawa Hierro. Wow. Coming out of nowhere is Wawa Hierro.
Laki rin talaga na naibibigay ni Wawa Hierro para sa kanila. Ito medyo merong konting kwentuhan lang between Flex Aprecu as both of them, you know, getting involved in that battle for that loose ball.
The referee not happy with their conversation right there. Dalawa po ang mapipituhan ng technical foul.
Sana tayo pag nag-uusap hindi
Wow,
mapituan.
nakahimik lang tayo dito, Coach.
Tahimik lang tayo. Happiness lang.
Happiness. Enjoy lang tayo
Labor Day.
Sportsmanlike behavior.
Ayan.
Sportsmanlike behavior.
Well, more than the technical foul, it's gonna hurt Flex Apreco because that's gonna be the second personal of Apreco here in the ball game. Very important piece and big para dito sa Marilao. Ajem, they couldn't get the elevator going. They go to the corner to Jimboy, doubled. Good defense, another steal, another turnover. Fuentes, a little too long. And couldn't control is Judel Fuentes. Medyo napalayo ang pasa ni Wawa Hierro.
A little bit rushed on the offensive end, but you see Coach Richie, you know, clapping his hands and applauding the effort on the defensive side of the floor because offensively, alam nila, madaling adjustment lang yan. Ang kailangan natin yung commitment sa defensive end.
Alexa Preku gives it up to Ajem. Likes the matchup. They go to Jimboy. Fake, drive, spin, foul, but no basket. Para dito kay Jimboy Pastoran.
I thought he had a shot on that catch in the corner. Sometimes you really have to believe that you can take that shot and make it.
Well, Coach, this cold streak is giving them hesitations.
Yeah. You know what?
Marilao.
Oh, 2 points pa lang sila dito sa second quarter, and we're past halfway of the first quarter, or the second quarter rather.
But that's very important free throw for Jimboy Pastoran to get him going here in the ball game. He gets that first free throw. Pastoran coming off the college of St. Miguel. Let's turn over first to our courtside, Andre Andisha.
Coach Eric Gonzalez shared how his boys are not settling with how they are now sa ensayo. Like I said, they are pushing each other to be better. Coach Eric just hopes that the word discipline comes after that. Motivation is good, but it takes discipline to keep things consistent. For this game in the huddle, dalawang pangalan ang nabanggit. Sean Argente and AJ Miranda. Huwag niyong hahayaan na mag-init ang dalawang ito. At ang pinaka-importanting reminder ni Coach Eric, don't look at the score. Ang score daw kasi parang blinders yan. Focus on playing your game and doing your role. Kumbaga, maglaro ng parang dikit ang laban, same effort, same intensity till the end. Back to you guys.
Thank you for that, Andrea. Coach, kita mo naman na the game plan is on point so far for the Huskers.
Yeah.
They are not scoring as well, but their limitation of Marilao's offense, they've only produced 17 points.
Oo, totoo naman yan. And really more of a Brad Stevens approach or philosophy of focusing on the process, not on the result. And really just keeping it, making it a repetition. Paulit-ulit lang yan. Eventually, we'll work on the efficiencies. And these guys definitely committed highly para dito sa Quezon Huskers, as they only have allowed 4 points para dito sa Meycauayan, sa Marilao this quarter.
0 for 2 for Felix Abrigo. The struggles continue on even on the free throws. Grego looking for a teammate. Goes down low to Will Macaloni. One-on-one, single coverage. Macaloni versus Apreco. Vince helps. What a good double coming from Vince Tolentino. And he forces the turnover. All credit to Vince Tolentino.
Yeah, gustong-gusto ko yung sinabi mo, yung pag-dig in ni Vince Tolentino doon. Yun talaga ang naging added layer ng depensa against Will Macaloni. Had he not, then it would have been a one-on-one situation with Flex Apreco. We see that dive on the ball. You definitely see that activity inside para dito kay Vince.
But Vince Tolentino is a guy that you're not gonna see his production on the stat sheet, but always provides a lot of quality on whatever team he is playing for.
Oh, energy guy, glue guy. Parang tayo lang yan. Kung ano yung ayaw gawin ng ating mga wifey, yun ang gagawin natin.
Lalim ng pinaghugutan.
Tayo maglalaba.
Neto ni Coach Mike. Sigurado masayang-masaya si Diana Lianes, Coach, sa iyong words na binigay, as there is a foul right there coming from Judel Fuentes on the closeout. You don't want to get that. You don't want to do that against Sean Argente. See that again. Tama, Coach. Meron.
Oh, yeah, meron.
Coach, I don't know if it's just me, but does Sean Argente remind you of a young Judel Fuentes?
Yes, tama, ano? Even may mga certain mannerisms, no? I guess, the mentality of, going for shots and the way that they do that follow through. And you definitely could see that in Sean Argente. And I'm just happy that he's, in a way, come out
Blossomed,
season.
yes.
Yeah.
Coach, ako nakita ko dito yung both are undersized twos.
Yeah.
But their shot creation, their confidence, their skill level,
Yeah.
the way they score, it's very much alike. Just on opposite teams.
So that's a very rare combination of making shots on the outside and creating your shots if that space is not available. And definitely both those guys can take shots and make situations.
AJ Miranda misses. Sean Argente this time around can be to the side. Pastoran sees an opening. Jimboy Pastoran cuts the lead to 4.
There you go. I rest my case. He should have taken that corner 3 earlier. He always has that in Jimboy Pastoran.
5 points para dito kay Jimboy Pastoran here in the ball game. Diego looking to answer. Good pass going to Rodel. And that's going to be a travel on Rodel Gravera. Just could not see an opening on the inside.
No, that was definitely a travel on Gravera, but you see how in this instance, catch and shoot, you gotta let it fly, Jimboy Pastoran.
We do know that he has the capability to shoot. Kaya medyo nagulat si Coach Mike a few plays back that he didn't shoot the wide open shot on the wing. Pero pinakita ni Jimboy that I can answer back. Coach Mike gets the 3 here on the next shot. Argente this time around. Not a lot of space, but a lot of skill para kay Sean Argente getting that stop and pop.
Well, they always say scorers only need 2 things. The ball and that space. Whether you give that space to them or they create it, that time around, clearly, either way, he's going to find a way.
Just 5 of Marilao making a difference, but John Abate with that tough floater getting against Marilao. Pastoran on the other end. Valentino is a little bit hobbled up. He seems to have hit in some part. It looks like there will be a substitution on our next dead ball. Preco, 6 seconds on the shot clock, looking for Pastoran.
Oh, that's a foul.
That's going to be a charge on Felix Apreco.
And you see how si Will Macalone, dinidare niya tumira sa flex of Preco kanina. No? I'm not going to close out on you. Take that shot from there. Kita mo gaano kalalim si Will Macalone doon, and definitely, again, if you're handing off or you're providing a screen, you have to allow that defender that space or that step to avoid you at the very least.
Lex is 0 out of 2. That's why he was being forced by Will Macalone on the shot. Coach, both of the teams, 10 turnovers.
Yep. And only because of yung depensa ng bawat isa. No?
Stabby drives corner, step back, Cyrus Stabby. Cyrus, the righteous on the left side. 7 points in total for Cyrus.
And all because, of him getting that spot on that side and making the most out of it. Little bump, step towards that short corner to create that separation and that left-hand finish.
Cyrus Stabby, one of the best players here in the ball game, able to extend the lead once again to 6 points here in the second quarter.
Win the game. Easy long with Sports Plus.
One minute 30 remaining here in the second quarter. The Quezon Huskers still up by 6 points, but Meycauayan, coach, slowly but surely knocking on their door. Ito na ang Meycauayan. They wanna look for their shooters. Argente defended well by Abate. Miggy drives inside. Miggy Corteza, good hands by Sed Manzano. That's a block coming from Sed. Matakbo naman ngayon ng Huskers. Manansala all the way up top. Jolo Manansala takes off.
Yeah. Carefully took off. Parang tagal niya sa ere.
That's right.
He was so graceful on that finish. Actually, pagka-receive pa lang niya once he got inside the arc, he was already kind of thinking on how he was going to go for that finish.
Watch this once again. Cyrus Stabby, Jolo Manansala sees it take off and is able to fly high. This fast break of the game is brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL.
Yeah, a little bit of a lean going the right side. Allow that defense to get past him before he took that shot. Impressive.
Jimboy Pastoran, one of the leading scorers on the other end, but still they're down by 7 points here in the second quarter. Rebounded by Macalone. One of the few times, coach, that we're gonna see Macalone and Manzano together inside. They wanted to go up top. They couldn't find the cutting Macalone. They run. AJ Miranda. Two-man game. AJ drives left. Pastoran sees some space. Jimboy Pastoran making it work. 9 points in total for the young guard.
Well, Jimboy Pastoran is definitely what Coach Tantan Badal needs now coming off the bench.
9 points of the 29 coming from Jimboy Pastoran. Muskers go post. They go cross. Tabi drives right. Ibigay sa loob. Good hand by Sean Argente. That's his second steal. Better hands by Cyrus Tabi. But the ball is tapped out to the side of Marilao. 3 seconds remaining on the second quarter game clock.
Now, if you're Coach Tantan, you have to be happy with the energy of these guys. You know, as you approach the halftime break, getting into the passing lanes, and getting those deflections.
3 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Tingnan natin kung anong play ang meron itong Marilao. They go to Agem. 1 second. A good blitz coming from Sed Manzano, and that will end the second quarter. 33-29. A low-scoring first half that we are watching, Coach Mike.
Well, definitely low scoring, especially when you had Meycauayan scoring only 2 points in the, past the halfway point in the second quarter, but huge 14-point explosion latter part of this quarter.
Lamang Quezon ng 4 here in the first half, 33-29.
Kapag may labay nagkakaisa, Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yumayanig ang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang kupunan. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo.
Alright mga kaliga, it's time for the Sports Plus Clutch Time Challenge. Dahil may nanalo ng ating 1 million kamakailan, our prize pot will reset to 100,000 pesos at every game day na wala makakakomplete ng challenge, madadagdagan ng 50,000 pesos. Hanggang sa umabot uli ito ng 1 million pesos. And for today, our prize pot is 250,000 pesos. Tawagin na natin ang ating challenger, si Regan Pamulaklakin ng Los Baños, Laguna. Ready ka na ba? Regan Pamulaklakin, you will be given 45 seconds to complete a layup, a free throw, 3-point shot, and a half-court shot. Kapag na-shoot mo lahat ng yan in 45 seconds, you will win 250,000 pesos from the official sports book of the MPBL Sports Plus. Are you ready for the Sports Plus Clutch Time Challenge? 3, 2, 1, go! Come on! 250,000 pesos siya na Regan Pamulaklakin. Pangalan pa lang, shooter na. Ayan na! Come on! Take your best shot from the 3-point area. Uy, muntik na. 27 seconds. Bilisan mo, Regan. Pwede pa yan. 20 seconds left. 15 seconds. 10 seconds to left. Kaya pa ba? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, thank you. At syempre, good effort pa rin yan para kay Regan Pamulaklakin. Maraming salamat. At sa ating mga kaliga, check out the Sports Plus FB page to find out how you can join. At baka ikaw na ang susunod na winner ng Sports Plus Clutch Time Challenge.
Kapag may labay nagkakaisa, Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang pinaghahandaan. Kaya yumayanig ang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang kupunan. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na! MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Ang bawat laban ay nakakakaba, dahil sa husay ng bawat isa. Sigawan ay yumayanig kapag nag-3 points na. Bawat bayay di patatalo, buong barangay ay suportado. Kahit ano ang mangyari, sama-sama tayo. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na! MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL, Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. Ang bawat bayan ay sumasaya kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na! Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yumayanig ang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang kupunan. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na! MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Ang bawat laban ay nakakakaba, dahil sa husay ng bawat isa. Sigawan ay yumayanig kapag nag-3 points na. Bawat bayay di patatalo, buong barangay ay suportado. Kahit ano ang mangyari, sama-sama tayo. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na! labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yumayanig ang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang kupunan. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na! MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Ang bawat laban ay nakakakaba, dahil sa husay ng bawat isa. Sigawan ay yumayanig kapag nag-3 points na. Bawat baya'y di patatalo, buong barangay ay suportado. Kahit ano ang mangyari, sama-sama tayo. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na! MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino.
White Sox steps back into the game. One kind of and make, and one must steal. That way is going to even up the game. 89 in the final moment of the game. Can they make magic? White Sox wins the game.
Win the game. Easy long with Sports Plus.
Labor Day, game day, we have here in the MPBL. The Quezon Huskers are up by 4 points in this low-scoring ball game against the Meycauayan Marilao Gems. And so far, you see the numbers right here. Quezon was able to control early, pero kumabol sa second quarter itong Meycauayan Marilao.
And they did a lot of that on the defensive end because especially dito sa last 5 minutes nung second quarter where they were only 2 points and they still was able to score 16, so they got 14 points out of that final 5 minutes. And pretty much field goal shot making has been the challenge. They're shooting only 28%. Well, Quezon is not doing that good as also because of the defense of Marilao, and so that's something that you can work on. What you have to stop now, if you're Meycauayan, is the inside points. How are you gonna get into Sed Manzano and not allow dribble penetrations inside? And the good thing is you're getting a lot of help from the bench. 4 more points in that department for them over that of the Huskers.
Well, you see here the leading scorers, Cyrus Tabi with 7, Manzano with 7, Fuentes with 5, and Macaloni with 3. It's been an equal attack on the other end. 2 guys really making the bunch of the scoring. 19 of the 29 coming from 2 guys. Argente and Pastoran combining for 19. Balik tayo dito. Happy Labor Day to everybody that is watching right now. We hope to give you a good day of MPBL basketball. Quezon up by 4 to start here the second quarter. Valentino gives it up to Miranda. Staggered screen for Pastoran. He has 9. Pastoran could not make his first. Rebounded by Jolo. Fuente, stop, pops, long. First 2, still a miss for both of the teams. AJ Miranda. This is a good matchup of AJ Miranda and Cyrus Tabi sacrificing his body. And he forces the turnover on AJ Miranda.
How about that new Husker? Huh? Cyrus Tabi diving for the ball on the deck.
He's proving why he should be one of the more favorite players for the Huskers this season. You always love a guy who will sacrifice his body early on in the season.
Right. And the thing is, you saw that when he was playing for Pasay last season. And right now, nandito kita mo ba rin talaga that level of commitment to the game. Hey,
it's Bossidel. Kitang-kita naman natin with the fits.
With the fits.
You see the fits, the pink shirt, the khaki pants,
the palette.
The palette
of Coach Bossidel. Huh? I love it.
we need the Bossidel fits.
Yeah.
No, kailangan natin ng compilation ng mga fits ni Bossidel.
Oh, nga. Mga color combo, no? Yeah.
Ted Manzano getting the first basket for the Quezon Huskers. 35-29. Nito Gregorio here at your service. Coach Mike Perez as my partner on court side. We have Andrea Indicio later on. A whistle is called. There's going to be a call downstairs against Judel Fuentes.
Yeah, and when you keep moving a lot, especially off ball, and not just standing around waiting for that ball to get to you, you know, these things happen, you know. Kumat ka, mafa-foul ka, and really what you want to happen is that you get more trips to the line. Nice pass! Oh my!
An assist for Jimboy Pastoran. You see the frustration coming from Jim. Nakita na niya, coach. Meron lang iba pang nakabasa.
Andun eh. Konti na lang eh, no?
As a point guard, that is frustrating that akala mo ikaw lang ang nakakita.
Correct.
This time around, what a cut by Cyrus Tabi. But he is fouled by Jeric Serrano.
Ito naman ang kailangan mong iwasan kung ikaw ang Marilao. You can't keep on getting into foul situations because itong Quezon Huskers, when they get a lot to the line, doon na magkikikin yung shooting efficiencies nila.
There you go. Three-pointer coming from Wawa Yero. Coach Mike Perez was talking about the importance of the three of the Quezon Huskers. It's going to be the first here in the third quarter.
Like that.
HM.
Nice.
No driving range. Jimboy who drives. Three white shirts helps out.
Nice.
Argente couldn't finish.
Everything but the bucket. Well, everything there. You see ball and man movement very quick. Oh my.
Better flow on the side of the Quezon Huskers. Ted Manzano is fouled by Vince Tolentino down low. It's gonna be a matchup problem. Panoorin ulit natin to. Tabi to Fuentes. One dribble, extra pass to Wawa Yero on the corner.
And that really is all because of the gravity of Judel Fuentes. You saw when he catched, there was that closeout, did a little shot fake, another defender came in, had to put the ball on the floor, a help came up, and then that kick over to Yero.
Manzano to his Adamson teammate on Wawa Yero, but it's too long for Wawa Yero. Coach, I do like that Wawa Yero is gaining more confidence from the outside. We know him more of a hustle guy, a good cutter. Meron nga siyang game winner with Adam Steven on an alley-oop. But this season, then he has more of a green light in taking that three.
Right. And ako pakiramdam ko lang, and I have not talked to him or anyone on the Quezon Huskers side. Ang feeling ko yung naging experience nung national finals, no, has some of these players that were there realized, man, we got to be aggressive on some of the stuff that we do on the floor. And I think for Wawa Yero, it's scoring definitely that he's concentrating on.
Manzano drops it down to... Wawa Yero drops it down to Seth Manzano. The comfort of these Adamson Falcons really showing out.
It's going to be a skip here.
Fuentes, Wawa Yero. Ooh.
Well, Coach Richie Texon can definitely take that three.
Well, if they were talking about a shooter, then on the floor, Coach Richie was the best shooter down there, but he's not playing. But let's go to display before Wawa Yero on that baseline drive, drops it down on a deep angle para kay Seth Manzano. Display of the game is brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sportsbook of the MPBL. Timeout is called by Meycauayan.
Sumasaya kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, Kaya yung mayanig ang papakan, todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang punan. Basketball na tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalitin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama.
Defend versus reclaim tomorrow, a big game that we will be bringing to our Philoil Eco Center, the Abra Solid North Weavers versus your San Juan Knights. And happy Labor Day, of course, to all of our workers here in Binyan and to everybody watching. Happy Labor Day to all of sa lahat ng manggagawa ng ating bansa. Happy Labor Day to you guys. You deserve all the credit for today. Ngayon, tuloy-tuloy ang trabaho para sa amin at para kay Miggy Corteza, who works his way inside, cutting into the lead.
Definitely, you see that Miggy Corteza. I always have loved players who go on a stampede, on a ball swing, because definitely that defense has that small time of adjustment that catches them off guard.
Said Manzano, blocked from behind by Ivan Santos. Doesn't like the call. Let's see if they will challenge this call. That layup of Miggy Corteza is the first 2 points nitong Meycauayan here in this quarter. Said Manzano here in this ball game quietly with 11 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. Make that 12 points for Said Manzano. Two for 2 para dito kay Said Manzano.
And he too is a pretty decent, free throw shooter. And so if he's not getting it in the paint, he's gonna get you on the line.
Palitan tao dito. Christian Pagaran returning in the ball game, and MJ De La Berhen as well. MJ trying to work his way inside, couldn't get in control. But the ball returns para dito sa Marilao Gems.
Kaka-insert pa lang nito ni MJ De La Berhen, pero alam mo na napakaganda ng ginawa ni Jimboy Pasteran kanina when he had his time on the floor.
Igoto Corteza is too open but a little too long. We're not used to him missing with that floater.
Oo, sana ganun kalapit
The matchup of the day, Argente versus Fuentes. Good pocket pass. Said Manzano with the float. Just a little too long. Manzano one more time. And Said Manzano continues his stellar play here in Binyan.
And nobody has been successful in stopping Said Manzano. He is 5 out of 6 from the field. He is perfect from the line. 5 rebounds, a couple of assists. And really just, that dominance inside. The big question now for Marilao is, how are you going to stop Said Manzano?
Well, Ivan Santos answering on the other end, getting that 3-pointer. It's a big-on-big battle from the inside and the outside. Tabi, kay Manzano ulit. Cross court to Judel. Good line for Judel Fuentes.
Believe it or not, that's just the 4th 3-point make of Quezon in this game, and really just alludes to yung usapan natin kanina na nakakaroon na ng concentration sa paint.
Once again, coach, it was Said Manzano giving that assist. Stolen by Judel. 4 versus 2. Fuentes gives it up. It's going to be Mike Cañete who will be fouled for 2 free throws.
Well, it's tough. You get that ball turned over the other end, and then quickly they run on you as you try and catch up, and it is really that tough to be turning that ball over against the Quezon Huskies.
First, let's turn you over to our court side, Andre Endicio.
During halftime for the side of Marilao Gems, aminadong they had a bad start but they were able to bounce back. But looking back, ang dami raw nilang forced shots, was able to give up 19 points coming from turnovers, and very obvious na mas aggressive nga raw ang Huskers. Sabi nga ni Coach Stan Banal, more communication tayo. We are not able to run our offense so far, so we need more patience. And last, mas maliit na nga tayo, hindi dapat na mas aggressive sila. Mula naman sa side ng Quezon, the key points Coach Eric mentioned were the offensive rebounds, having better defense, pero he pointed out yung number 9 talaga ng kalaban, yun talaga ang in-emphasize ko sa kanila. Back to you guys.
Well, number 9 is definitely Sean Argente, which they have not really found an answer on. They're looking for the perfect pieces. Diego Dario, the energy guy coming off the bench, now returning to the ball game. Ivan Santos, first free throw. Yung coach for a big was about 6'7". Ang ganda ng form nitong ni Ivan Santos.
Yeah, and he's getting his minutes. He's played roughly for about 8 minutes now. He's got a total of 4 after making that free throw. This is his first trip. Had a couple of rebounds. But he definitely has to be a guy that matches the level of energy and involvement of Vince Tolentino.
Dario gives it up to Sed. Balik dito kay Diego Dario. Skips it over. Couldn't control. It's Judel. Stolen. Ball is tapped. 2 versus 1.
There you go.
Able to finish is Jason Apolonio.
Parang ang nagiging trend dito sa Marilao, they start quarters very slow.
That's right.
No? Tapos bumabawi sila sa latter part, which is exactly how they did that second quarter. And I'm sure the hope of Coach Tantan is, you know, mas maganda yung agresibo nila here in the third.
Watch it again. Turnover coming from Dudel. Argente taps the ball. Just until touch passing. Apolonio flies high. Gets the finish. This fast break of the game is brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL.
And Diego Dario was wise enough to stay away from that layup shot, not wanting them to give them a bonus.
But there's going to be penalty and free throw situations para dito kay Sed Manzano. Had a heck of a ball game itong si Sed Manzano. The leading scorer here with 16 points. Has 6 rebounds and 3 assists. And our SEA Games gold medalist, as we see here, his girlfriend, Bella Ride, the girlfriend of Sed Manzano, and her friend, Rima Boksani. Ano yan, mga Bisaya.
Oh, mga taga-Romblon rin ba yan?
Hindi, Davao. I'm not sure with Bell. Shout out to you, Reams. Happy Labor Day to you guys too. I'm sure it's a rare holiday for them.
Yeah. I don't know if I told you. See, Sed Manzano is from Romblon. I'm also from Romblon. And so...
Who are other guys, Coach, coming from Romblon?
The only other guy here in the MPBL I know is Jordan Rios. That game winner from last game.
Okay din ang lineup niyo, Coach, ha? Okay din ang lineup niyo from
Puro big man, pwede na bang 3x3?
Mike Perez, and then si Sed Manzano, Jordan Rios. So it's a good... we do hope that there will be a Romblon team soon enough.
Agree.
Manny paid the digital wallet built for the community. Miggy Corteza wanting to provide them quality minutes, but free throws has been a problem for them. They're 8 out of 15. Just a little bit over 50% itong Marilao.
And you know who one other basketball legend in the Philippines has, you know, found out about Romblon and is loving his little business venture there? Dindo Pumare.
Okay.
The Bullet. So I was surprised with it when in the podcast we had during the pandemic to learn that he loves Romblon.
Alam mo, pangarap ko makapunta dyan. I've heard of good beaches, I've heard of good places, so I do hope to visit dyan. Even ang MPBL, I do hope that we get a chance to actually be able to visit Romblon soon enough.
Correct.
Yesterday we were in Batangas, today we are in Laguna, the city of life.
This is my favorite venue of all.
Actually, ito ang pinakamalayo sa'yo, Coach. See here the zoom action.
Yeah.
They've been very consistent in calling that, Coach. That extended hip. Earlier it was Felix Apreco. Earlier there was even a call against Quezon. This time around it's going to be on Marilao. Macaloni, an obvious extension of that right arm.
Yeah. Well, when they went to the little pinch post action with Cañete, he was really looking for that short move as he was trying to feed Macaloni. But if that's not there, the next option would be to do a DHO or dribble handoff with the corner guy that's sitting there waiting for that three. And with that defense being committed, I guess that was Pagaran right there in the corner. Cañete really just drove in. And then yun na nga, on that offensive rebound, natawagan ng foul si Will Macaloni.
Both teams are going to be in penalties, so any whistle that we will have will mean free throws. Polonio on the first free throw. That's the lead to 10. Still in favor of the Huskers. Jason Polonio here in the ball game. 3 points, a rebound, make that 4 points and a rebound.
Yep.
Para dito kay Jason Apolonio.
And he has not missed yet because he made that layup earlier.
The pressure this time around from Marilao, Diego Dario, one of the better ball handlers for the Quezon Huskers.
No problem for Diego.
Diego takes it all to himself,
Oh
drops
my
it down,
goodness.
and what a pass coming from Diego Dario.
Oh my God. Where did that even come from? Grabe naman yung naging pasa ni Diego Dario. We talked about him.
Here the little hesitation, that burst of speed, just a little space to operate, but Diego finds that opening. You see here once again that right-hand pass going to Will Macaloni, and Will able to finish on that foul.
And just when you thought he was going to finish with the left hand, he suddenly just, swings it over to the right and finds Will Macaloni underneath.
Diego Dario, a much more improved passer here for the Quezon Huskers, better known as one of the better scorers.
Yeah.
And in his day with the UPIF to UP to his Gilas days, but now providing quality passing for the Huskers.
Oh naman, Diego Dario is always going to be that point guard that will give you that much level of expertise.
Robin Ive on the other end, able to get the three. Quick answer for the three-point play is a three-point shot. Dario, one-on-one against Ramos, looks for Will Macaloni. Sees a cross-court pass. Manansala on the fade. Long. Rebounded by Abate, but they have been strict with extensions. That's gonna mean free throws para sa Marilao.
But I would not want to be a big playing in this game only because of yung labanan sa loob and you can't fault these guys because even up to this point, this still is a close game from the perspective of Marilao. You're down only, what, 9? And, you're causing some disruptions as well on the side of the Huskers.
You like
the spin move.
You like the fight coming off the pull is coming from we couldn't really see where the whistle was called, but coach, you like the fight. Itong Marilao is down by 10 in terms of rebounding.
Yeah.
So there's a lot more team boxing out that's happening, and they're able to get a foul here. Makakatok ulit itong Marilao Gems.
And there are some things that you really have to build on. Very early in this game, they were up by as much as 5, then they went down by as much as 14. A lot of that having to do with the second quarter, and then they made that comeback.
Robin goes 2 for 2, and they cut the lead down to 7 with 2 minutes and 58 remaining in the quarter. Diego gives it up to Will. Takes it on to himself. A little push. Too long, too strong. It's the foul. It's Will Macaloni.
Well, how many possessions now has Will Macaloni been involved? Either rebounding, scoring, battling it out inside the paint. And Will Macaloni, one of the guys that has come in for a reason para dito sa Huskers. Really brought up a lot of presence inside the paint.
Rare miss para dito sa Huskers. They were 15 out of 17 before that. But there seems to be a little blood on Felix Apreco. Tingnan ulit natin ang nangyari dito. Fake handoff, drive by Will. One-on-one.
Oh, yun, tumama sa
It's an
ulo.
incidental hit. Kaya pala siya nausog. It's head to probably a little bit on the left side of the face. Si Flex Apreco.
Kaya ang hirap talaga ng when you're defending, and I've always said this before, when your head is too forward than your toes, more or less mangyayari yan eh. It's either you'll fall down because you'll be out of balance or you're gonna hit by that kind of move.
Especially, coach, when you're going up against post guys like Will Macaloni or Sed Manzano, talagang ilalapit mo yung katawan mo because you really want to absorb that contact. Incidental hit, nothing.
Yep, agree.
There is nothing dirty on that play, but that's going to be a forced substitution for flex because there's a little bit of blood na nakita ng referee. Credit to Alvin Abundo, you saw the act of sportsmanship. Siya yung nag-check dito kay Felix Saprecu.
Yeah. Oh, si Alvin has always been, you know, a good guy on the floor. And I love his shoe. Yan yung ano no? Special players only ba?
Hindi, parang hindi ko masyadong makita, coach. But you know, one thing about Alvin Abundo, coach, I was talking about with some of the players. Alvin Abundo is a professional. Either he's on the court or off the court. The way he talks with his teammate is a pure winner. And he always motivates them either on the court or off the court. Doesn't really look for his minutes, but when he's put on the court, he always provides quality para sa Huskers.
I definitely agree with you. As you see another good shot by Apolonio. He has not missed yet from the field.
And the X factor here in the ball game, Coach Mike.
Yeah. 2 out of 2 so far for Apolonio, all in this quarter. A layup on a fast break and then that made 3.
Good na Marilao. Oh, wow. That offensive rebound. We know that he can fly. We just didn't know how high. Jolo Manansala goes way up high to get that offensive rebound. 56-49.
Ang mabigat doon, pinitik lang no? He didn't low stance. He just went up there.
You gotta watch that again.
Some people are really just born with it.
He was cleared for a takeoff.
Oh, yeah.
See that? That was the pocket pass coming from Diego Dario. 3 pink shirts? No. It's the one that's farthest from the basketball that will get the offensive rebound. What a fly high by Jolo Manansala.
And those were 2 quick jumps, no? Yung floater niya, taas na rin yung lundag niya, kaya nag-back rim, and, you know, jumping as high or even higher again than that first one. Ibang klase.
Ramos, all important free throws. Coach, every end of the quarter, there's always a mini run by Marilao. Sports Plus is the official sports book of the MPBL. Scan the QR code to player. Visit www.sportsplus.ph. Here comes Marilao once again, but they really have to start the quarter much stronger if they want a chance to win.
Agree. Alam ko na marami nagsasabing it's not how you start, it's how you finish. But man, you cannot afford to just keep going that way. You got to be consistent all throughout. And to your point, 16 na puntos na naman ang in-score nila dito. Hindi pa tayo tapos sa last 5 minutes.
Stabi drives baseline. Gets a foul against Jimboy Pastoran.
Because when we reported earlier, roughly about close to the 5-minute mark, they only had 4 points. And what started it was that drive by Apolonio, and you know eventually ends up to a 20-point quarter right now, and they're only down by very little in terms of quarter scoring.
23-21 in the quarter, still in favor of the Huskers. Make that 24-21 to give them a 7-point edge. We still have 1:44 remaining here in the third quarter.
And the reason we say that, it's really their slow start in the first quarter, you know, giving them that 7-point deficit na hanggang ngayon hindi pa rin nila ma-overcome.
Well, parang diesel sila, coach, no? It's always
Agree.
a slow start. Siguro, mahal kasi ang diesel pa eh. Kaya medyo nagtitipid pa. Itong Marilao. See here, coach, the numbers of Cyrus Tabi as we were talking about the usage rate.
Yeah, and you see the numbers have gone down a little bit on the minutes. The usage rate, involvement on the offensive end, is really lower only because he's more of an assist guy. But what you like is yung assist to turnover ratio niya. Man, it's still at 3. It means for every 3 assists, saka lang siya nagkakaroon ng turnover. And that's point guard mentality to you if you're Cyrus Tabi.
And there's a reason why we call Coach Mike Mr. X and O's, because it's only him who will find the usage rate of Cyrus Tabi, but quality player being added on by the Quezon Huskers. This time around, the turnover on John Abate. Patrick Ramos all the way in. Couldn't get it. Abundo gives it up. Tabi pushes it to the front.
Nice
Abate stops, pops, missed. Another offensive rebound by Jolo Manansala. Tabi says, let's slow things down.
Gonna go for 2 for 1.
Cyrus stops and pops. He wanted a 2-for-1 on that possession. Pagkakataon para dito sa Marilao. Pastoran. This time around, it's their time to slow things down. Jimboy. Yan, he wants the one-on-one. Against a good defender in Alvin Abundo. Good push by Alvin. Apolonio, straight line. Jason Apolonio cuts the lead to 5. A big three coming from Jason Apolonio to cut this lead into 5. Coach, we were at double digits to start the third quarter, but Marilao continues to pound for them to be able to cut this lead.
Sigurado ang challenge ni Coach Tantan dito sa kanila is let's start this fourth quarter strong and then sustain how we ended the last 2 quarters so we give ourselves a chance.
Quezon still up by 5 points here in the third quarter, but what a run by Marilao. But if there's one guy who really provided quality numbers, it's this guy, Coach. 2-3 quarters, Sed Manzano with 17 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, and more importantly, a very efficient clip on the free throw line.
Oh, tsaka yung 5 of 7 from the field. You couple that with, a perfect free throw shooting game. That's what makes it tough to go against a Sed Manzano.
And in the third quarter, the Huskers are still up by 5, 58 to 53.
Meycauayan steps back into the game. What a commitment can he make? And what a steal. That way of winning out the game. 89 in the final moments of the game. Can they make magic? Meycauayan wins the game.
Win the game. Easy long with Sports Plus.
Ay sumasaya kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas.
Happy Labor Day to everybody. It is May 1 and ito pong araw ng manggagawa dito sa Pilipinas. MPBL continues on here at the City of Life in Binyan, Laguna. The Quezon Huskers are up by 5 points entering the fourth quarter, 58 to 53. Coach Mike, what does Marilao have to do if they want to be able to cut into the lead here? Bosidelf, of course, and his fits
Oh, yeah.
with Nick Cabañero. Congratulations to Nick Cabañero for winning in the
3x3.
3x3 in the Asian Beach Games. Pero Coach, balik tayo dito sa Marilao. Anong kailangan nilang gawin para makahabol sila during the ball game?
Well, unang-una, kailangan pigilan nila Sed Manzano. No? That's been the thorn on their side. And when Sed went to the bench halfway through the third quarter, that's when they started working. And so now, with him on the floor, you have to find a way to not allow just the ball falling into the hands of Sed Manzano and still continue with that energy on the offensive and the defensive end.
Let's see what Coach Tantan Manal and the rest of the Gems have in store here. Naive able to get a foul off of Judel Fuentes. That's going to be 3 fouls on Judel Fuentes. So, malapit na sa foul trouble itong si Judel.
Yeah. And only because nadadagdagan na yung movement ng mga players nitong Marilao.
LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. Robbie Naive getting his 6th point of the ball game alongside 1 rebound in 11 minutes of play for Robbie Naive. But first, let's turn you over to Andre Andisio.
Just a quick update on Felix Apreco. No broken nose bridge. Hindi naman siya nahihilo. No pain as well. Napalakas lang daw talaga yung impact. That's why his left nostril is still bleeding as of the moment. Currently is being iced, but he can still play in the last quarter. Back to you guys.
Thank you for that, Andrea. I think it's just really, Coach, the impact of bumping into Will Macaloni.
At saka mabigat rin yun. Mapuwersa rin kasi yung pagkaka-atake ni Will Macaloni, but not really intended to hurt Apreco, he was really trying to get in there and get that first bump and separation.
He's gonna give more minutes para dito kay Jeric Serrano on that center position. Small ball being played by Marilao here. They're gonna put itong si Jason Apolonio on that power forward position. So let's see if it gives them a few benefits. Wawa Hierro aggressive on that drive. You like that there is more aggressiveness and confidence in Wawa Hierro.
Yes, agree. Patuloy lang, no? Kasi maganda yung nilaro niya kanina noong second and third quarter. Well, very little on the third quarter, but you love for him to continue to be that guy that looks to attack.
Very quiet ball game for Wawa Hierro. He has 7 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists here in the ball game in 12 minutes of play. But not on the stat sheet, really, coach, is the impact that he is giving itong Quezon Huskers. Wawa Hierro goes 2 for 2.
Bakit nga ba Wawa?
Probably because Joshua, but they call him Wawa.
Oh, okay.
They do call him Wawa.
Oh, yeah. Now that makes sense. Minsan kasi may mga players na gano'n na, why do you call him that?
Walang kinalaman yung nickname.
Parang si Gimpayan, I forgot how he was called.
Waray.
Waray, that's right, Waray.
Later on, Waray Gimpayan will actually have a game in our main game here in Binyan. Cyrus Tabi fouled as there's a man on the floor. I think it's Robbie Naive.
No, that's Cyrus Tabi.
No, here on the left side, it's
left
Robbie
side.
Naive that was down.
All right.
Yeah, duty foul para dito kay Jimboy Pastoran. That forces Coach Tantan Banal into a substitution. Babalik itong si AJ Miranda.
Well, AJ Miranda so far is, see that move right here.
Dito, nasaktan si Robbie Naive on the box out. Ooh, his right foot got caught. And this is the duty foul by Jimboy Pastoran. Para lang matigil yung possession for his college teammate in Robbie Naive. Balik tayo sa aksyon. Judel drives. Ball is tapped. The ball saved the Huskers. 8 minutes 40 remaining here in the ball game. 10 seconds remaining on the shot clock here. Set pressured hard by Serrano. Deep find, 5 seconds. Hierro sees an opening and Wawa Hierro gets the left-hand finish.
Man, these high flyers of the Quezon Huskers. Earlier we saw Jolo Mananzala, and now you're getting a glimpse of the flight and the power of a Wawa Hierro.
Wawa Hierro, that was a hard finish, especially with 2 seconds on the shot clock. Panoorin ulit natin yan. Late pass coming from Judel. There was a late help coming from Ajem that gave the space and the finish for Wawa Hierro.
You know what's impressive is your 2-foot na leap, no? Right on a jump stop, right inside the paint and finishing with the left. Gotta take a shot.
Miranda,
There you
good
go.
line for AJ Miranda. Able to answer that shot of Joshua Hierro.
Coach Tantan Banal would have been all over AJ Miranda if he didn't take that shot.
AJ Miranda, 6 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists in the ball game. Hierro drops it down to Lalata. And he's able to get the foul. A lot of free throws on the side of Quezon.
And even itong si Lalata, mga athleticism rin ito, iba. See that shovel pass, quick thinking and quick decision as well by AJ Miranda, and you definitely gotta take that shot.
A little slow on the scoring end para dito kay AJ Miranda. He is averaging 15.5 points a ball game, pero 6 points pa lang. Itong si AJ here in the ball game. Let's see if his scoring picks up here in the fourth quarter. First free throw for Lalata is a miss. Chris Lalata, formerly playing for the Pampanga Giant Lantern. Going from north to south. Ngayon, Huskers jersey naman ang suot nito si Chris Lalata.
Oh, what you love about Chris Lalata is that he's a pretty solid free throw shooter. Might be, early this season, a little bit of, work to be done on the field goal, pero overall, he's really good.
Extreme ang subok at kompleto ang appliances brand ng Pilipinas. Ajem drives hard. Ajem, he is picking up his scoring. Ajem Miranda gets the basket and one. And they cut the lead down to 4.
And in unison, all the 3 coaches, including Coach Tantan Banal of Marilao, getting on their feet, clapping their hands, and loving this last 5 points of AJ Miranda, your #1 guy to go to help out. Itong si AJ Miranda. Si Sean Argente.
Miranda misses on the free throw there. 63-59, 7 minutes and 45 pa ang nalalabi dito sa ating laro. Lalata. Pressured hard by Apolonio. Oh, stolen by Argente. That's going to be the third steal of Sean. Miranda challenged well by Sed Manzano. Counter-attack by the Huskers, and it's Wawayero getting the finish.
Oh, what a move by Wawayero.
12 points in total para dito kay Joshua Yero. They drop it down, stolen by Sed Manzano. Another attack coming from the Huskers. No look pass.
On its
Fuentes, good line. Fuentes with a finish. Just like that, a 5-0 swing in favor of the Huskers.
Left arc 3 on a step-in move coming out of transition. We talked about the early numbers of the Quezon Huskers in the first 8 seconds of the shot clock. They have not taken a 3. I believe this is one of the few ones that we're seeing early this season from Jidel Fuentes.
Tabi with his third assist. Fuentes with his 11th point. Quezon up by 9 here in Binyan.
Kapag may labay nagkakaisa, Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yung bayan bakay, todo suporta ang lahat.
This fast break of the game is brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL. It is Wawayero flying high on the left side, assisted by Cyrus Tabi.
Oh, yung pitch ahead na yun, napakalaking bagay. And that's all the timing on that pass na kailangan nito ni Wawayero.
They're down by 9 here. Of course, the Caloocan VIPs already here early for the second game later. Caloocan will be going up against Marikina. Tuloy ang action natin dito sa MPBL. 6 minutes and 50 remaining. No space to operate. That is gonna be a foul on Chris Lalata.
Ibang klase rin yung involvement ni Flex Apreco. Kalalabas lang yan, ha? Dumugo ang ilong niya.
Masakit pa ilong niyan.
Masakit pa ilong niyan. Pero kita mo naman on the very first 50-50 ball that he sees on the floor, he's going at it.
So yeah, let's say a happy birthday first para kay Daryl.
Oh.
Coming from our MPBL Statistics family. Sana masarap ang kainan nyo dyan sa inyo.
Oo nga.
Sana naimbitahan man lang kami. Hindi kami nasabihan.
Oo nga.
Pero sige, tatanggapin na lang namin ang padala mo, Daryl. 14 to shoot para dito sa Meycauayan. Ajem stops, pops, and drops for AJ Miranda.
Big 8-point quarter here for AJ Miranda. Couple of threes, one of them a drive. You gotta lead this Marilao team.
Microwave scorer for Marilao. Let's watch this again, Coach.
Defense going, you know, undecided really whether to go under or to go over.
Technical foul, Meycauayan Marilao Gems,
Oh, there's
number
gonna be a
9,
technical
Sean
foul.
Argente, for unsportsmanlike behavior.
This is gonna hurt.
Oh, wow.
Coach Tantan Manal obviously not happy with that call.
That's on Sean Argente?
They're trying to go for a run here, and they call an unsportsmanlike foul. I did not see where the unsportsmanlike happened.
We got to see that again. But I think everybody got surprised by that call.
Del Fuentes makes the technical free throw, so this extends the lead back to 7. Coach, ito na sinasabi natin every time they try to knock on the door, laging sinasara nitong Quezon, either by a 3, a fast break, or even by a technical free throw.
Ang mabigat nun minsan, parang unforced no? They're the ones who are getting committed to it.
Cyrus Tabi, in and out. They go post, there's a switch, cross court. Punta dito kay Wawayero, in and out for Wawa. That's going to be a stop on the side of Marilao.
Yero too is having a very good game.
Jerry Gonzalez on your screens there. Obviously not happy with the run that Marilao is having here. They hand it off to Pastoran. They like this play. Babalik dito kay Argente.
Yeah. You immediately can see that, right?
Ajem is the one to drive. Step back for Ajem Miranda. Too long. Good hands. Coming from Apolonio. 12 seconds on the shot clock. It's going to be a foul on Josh Royero. That's going to be penalty on the side of the Huskers.
A holding foul, right? I thought he was lifting that arm.
That's going to mean 2 free throws, coach.
Yeah.
Early on in the fourth quarter, both teams are already, the Quezon Huskers are already in penalty, so that's going to mean 2 free throws each time.
Yeah. And if he does make this, they'll be down only by 5. And I don't think this is the closest that they've gotten. Oh, man.
Apolonio misses on the first free throw. This is something that they will talk about, coach. They are 15 out of 26.
I guess. Yeah.
Itong Marilao make that 16 out of 27. But that's 11 missed free throws in the ball game. They actually have shot more free throws than the Huskers.
Yeah. And defensively also, yung pag-usapan rin nila, ang dami natin binigay na free throws para dito sa Quezon Huskers. And in that battle alone, you're losing 7 points, and now you're down 7.
Macaloni with the zoom. Argente off the blind side is called for a foul. Oh, this is also going to mean 2 free throws. Kaya natin na rin itong Marilao. So both of the teams have to be careful here.
This is going to be quite a long final 5 minutes here of the fourth quarter. And if this is going to be a battle on the free throws, you know, Marilao's got to be better, because right now they're shooting only 59% as opposed to 84% for the Quezon Huskers.
5 minutes 33 remaining in the ball game. Chris Dalata makes the first free throw. Very stable free throw shooter.
Yeah. Even from the previous seasons, no. Very stable yan sa line si Chris Lalata.
Second free throw for Chris Dalata, who's 2 for 2. Few substitutions para dito sa Quezon Huskers. Jolo Manansala, the rookie coming from NU, going back, as well as Jego Dario. 71-63, 8-point lead for your Quezon Huskers.
Marilao actually shooting very well on the field. They are 3 out of 5 in the fourth quarter, and you're loving it. You got a couple of shots from the outside, and you know, one more inside the paint.
Jimboy gives it up. No space para kay Vince Tolentino. 5 seconds on the shot clock.
Gotta take.
AJ Miranda forced to take it, and AJ Miranda 11 points in the fourth quarter. 14 in total for AJ.
And this is why you get AJ Miranda. You know, clutch shooting, that nerve to take those shots in crunch time.
Jego skips it up to Alvin Abundo. No answer coming from Alvin. Ito na ang Marilao, unti-unting kumakatok sa pintuan ng Huskers. Argente. They give it up to Pastoran. AJ Miranda is red hot, 11 points here in the fourth quarter. AJ has the ball, looking for a friend. Likes the one-on-one. Jolo Manansala goes over. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Pastoran, that's Sean Argente with the float too long. Second chance para kay Argente. And Sean Argente. This is a good quarter para dito sa Marilao.
If that is not Judel Fuentes like on that rebound and that shot, I don't know what is. Kasi parehong-pareho yung one-hand na tira, di ba?
The control.
Yeah.
Dario kicks it out to Pagaran on the corner. That's long for Pagaran. Manansala. And the length of Manansala has been a problem para dito sa Gems.
And the athleticism as well of the Huskers. That one, in my opinion, they've been having some challenges keeping up. But the good thing is you're still shooting very well here in the fourth quarter from the field.
Very important basket for Jolo Manansala. Extend the lead to 5 here with 3 minutes and 50. Ajem, he's been red hot. That's too long that time around for AJ Miranda. But you see the offense, coach, itong Meycauayan, hinahanap talaga nila si AJ Miranda.
Oh, pero nakita mo rin yung switch immediately ng depensa. Christian Pagaran now taking on AJ Miranda very quick, not allowing him that space, because the space that they've given him, that allowed him here in the fourth quarter, has resulted into points.
Quick substitution, just a quick rest and a quick breather for Cyrus Tabi and Judel Fuentes. Tabi calls 5. They want to go down low to Sed Manzano. Here's the one-on-one. They go to Judel. Almost a turnover. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Jodel Manansala. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Good defense by Pastoran, staying in front. But on the last second, couldn't control his body is Jimboy Pastoran.
Yeah, and remember we talked about kind of like them shooting themselves on the foot because of these, fouls. Jadel was pretty much off balance on that shot. Could have just kept his hand up and made it tough for him and then try and secure a defensive rebound off a miss. But instead, you foul Jadel Fuentes, and thankfully for them, he didn't make the first.
Manny paid the digital wallet built for the community. Jadel missing on the first free throw. Oh, that's gonna be a lucky break para dito sa Marilao.
Totoo.
1 for 2 for Jadel Fuentes. Still a 2-possession game in favor of the Huskers with 3 minutes and 25 remaining in the game clock. Pastoran brings down the basketball. A good first game we are having here on our Labor Day game day here in the MPBL. Agem.
Nice.
Corner. Argente. Good line. And Sean Argente gets the 3.
Now we talked about philosophies of play. You drive down on the left side. You cover that defense in there. Defense was chasing. You got 4 guys committed. Who else do you pass it to? That hand waiting on that corner 3. And he's been sitting there for quite a while. Sean Argente, one of the better 3-point shooting guys, knocks it down. And so far, this has still been a good shooting in the quarter para dito sa Marilao.
Camera action successful. Miranda with the assist. Tolentino with the screen. Argente with the 3. Huskers still up by 3. Sports Plus is the official sportsbook of the MPBL. Scan the QR code to play or visit www.sportsplus.ph. We are still live here at Binyan, Laguna to bring you our Labor Day game day, our VIPs you see here. But pag-usapan muna natin ang big game tomorrow, Defend versus Reclaim. The Abra Solid North Weavers looking to continue their ways.
Yeah.
Versus the home team in the San Juan Knights looking to recover after a loss against the Rizal Golden Coolers. An exciting ball game. DJ Fenner against Mike Phillips.
Oh my.
Harold Alarcon versus Seanel Defonso. Jerry Abadjano versus Mike Ayon. Coach, tomorrow's game, we're not gonna run out of names.
Yeah. Alam mo, we're not trying to hype the game because the game itself is already hyped. Last season pa, regular season pa lang yung labanan nila. Dikit yung laban na yun. That would have been almost the second loss also of the Abra Weavers in a close match against San Juan in regular season. And of course, definitely you come in here with all the movements of the players from both these teams. You gotta watch out and be excited for that match.
And Coach, tomorrow we're excited for the ball game, but right now, Coach, we're watching an exciting ball game on our first game. The Huskers are not having a good fourth quarter.
Yep. Man, from a fan's perspective, don't you just love this game?
We do love this kind of a ball game. AJ Miranda, what a fourth quarter he is playing. He only had 3 points entering the fourth quarter, but 12 in the fourth. This is 15 in total for your leading guard in AJ Miranda. AJ goes 2 for 2. 16 points for AJ Miranda.
So far on the field, they're shooting 6 of 10 here in the fourth quarter. That's a high 60% shooting field clip para dito sa Marilao.
Isa na lang minahabol nitong... Oh, what a line for Wawa Yero. Big 3 coming from Joshua.
Talk about a momentum stopper. Wawa Yero comes off the bench and delivers a huge dagger.
Let's see if Apolonio can answer. He gives it up. Pastoran behind the back goes to Felix Apreco. Apolonio with 6 on the shot clock. Old steps in. It's a travel on Jason Apolonio. I think he hit his teammate. Itong si Flex Apreco. Coach, just watch this once again. That skip pass going to Awayero.
That's all they needed, especially yung flare screen na yon ni Jolo Manansala. He knew that ball was going to get swung because a little bit congested on that side of the floor.
All important 3 for Awayero to get the lead to 4. for the Huskers. 2 minutes remaining in the ball game.
Short action.
Manansala. Open is Fuentes. Good line. Back-to-back triples for the Huskers. Last 2 minutes is brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL. Coach, just like that, a 6-0 run. Pito na ulit ang hinahabol itong Marilao.
And that is what you have to contend with if you are going with the Quezon Huskers. They space that floor so much. They move guys around. Who are you going to choose right there? You have Sed Manzano down there. You have Joel Manansala inside the paint. And then you have the waiting hands of Judel Fuentes.
The veteran providing quality minutes here in the late game. AJ Miranda wants the one-on-one against Meycauayan. Stops, pops, and long for AJ Miranda. Judel Fuentes deciding to slow things down. They are well in control of the ball game with 1 minute and 30 remaining. They give it to Judel Fuentes. He wants the two-man game with Sed Manzano. Rejects the screen, hesitates, stops, pops, and drops for Judel Fuentes.
Wasn't that a very similar shot that Sean Argente hit earlier? You know, that little dribble and that one-hander of a push shot. Oh my, special players delivering right here in the clutch. Judel Fuentes going snake, pushed it up one hand, no problem for Judel Fuentes.
There is a reason why they wanted to keep him here in the season. It's because he can provide in the late game 82-73 in favor of the Huskers.
Sumasaya kapag may lamay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat lamay pinaghahandaan, kaya yung bayanigang papakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang upunan. Basketball, muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na! MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat
A minute and 21 remaining here in our game. First game of 3 here. The Quezon Huskers all of a sudden making a big 8-0 run in the last minute and a half. Marilao was able to cut this to 1. Tignan natin kung meron pa silang kasagutan. Pastoran on the corner. It's a good line, but it's short.
That was a good play. No, you had all of your three-point shooters getting involved.
Huskers slowing things down. Fuentes. Once again, using Manzano. 8 seconds on the shot clock. They're using as much clock as possible. Fuentes gives it up to Sed. Far out, Sed Manzano. Good line for Sed Manzano.
How are you going to stop him now?
Sed Manzano showing that he also has an outside game. Miranda drives. Miranda, good fourth quarter. But he cannot carry his team alone. 84-75. 25 seconds remaining in the game clock. Tabi crosses it. No fouls being brought in by Marilao. 14. They don't want to foul here.
They don't want to foul.
Coach Eric saying just hold on to the basketball. It looks like this will be our final score of the ball game. What a late game run, Coach. Ang ganda na nung habol ng Marilao. They brought this down to 74-73. But just, Coach, in that final 2 minutes, what an offensive outrage from the Quezon Huskers.
Oh, grabe yung sagutan naman yun. Sunod-sunod na three-pointers. One from Meycauayan and then followed up by Judel Fuentes. And then you had that push shot and then that shot by Sed Manzano. That was 4 out of 4 in their last 4 possessions. Totally sealing everything, but got to give it up to Coach Tantan Banal. His boys did not fold. They kept on fighting, but it was tough to go against the Huskers today.
It was a game that was well controlled by the Huskers. A lot of knocks, a lot of signs that Marilao was able to go back to the game, but in the end, the Quezon Huskers will be going home with a victory. Our player of the game is Meycauayan, a guy that provided a lot of quality minutes. This player of the game is brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL. Coach, talk about the impact that Meycauayan was able to provide.
Well, just efficient and right timing of scoring. He's 15 points and 5 of 9 from the field. He was 3 out of 6 from three. Was perfect from the line. He had 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and just overall contribution in the minutes, in the 17 minutes that he's played.
And right now, Meycauayan is with our courtside, Andre Andicio.
Maraming salamat, Juanito. First of all, Joshua, congratulations. For the past 2 games, you weren't able to contribute that much. Pero in this game, ipinakita mo sa amin what a Joshua Yero can do, especially in that fourth quarter.
Unang-una, nagpapasalamat kami sa Panginoon kasi binigyan yung panalo sa amin. Actually, kaya nakuha siguro tong game na to kasi salamat kay Attorney Don kasi yung words of encouragement niya doon after ng game namin against nung last game namin chinat niya ako more improve sa shooting ko pa. Nag-extra naman ako. Nagpapasalamat ko to kay Attorney Don.
At Joshua, balik tayo sa game, no? Although panalo kayo ngayon, nakita namin yung cycle kung paano ang ganda ng simula ninyo, but then nahahabol kayo ng Marilao Gems. Anong naiba nitong fourth quarter at nakalayo kayo sa kanila?
Siguro hindi lang kami nag-give up. Kasi yung pinakita namin first quarter, hanggang umabot ng dolo, andun pa din kami. Ginawa lang namin yung best namin para sa team para manalo.
Very nice words. Meron ka ba mga gustong batiin o pasalamatan? Go ahead.
Napapasalamat kami kay Governor Helentan, kay Boss Sardi, kay Kong Mike, kay Doc Kim, ang sa brother ko nga si Mayor Ralph Lim. Ang salamat rin po sa Queen Margaret Hotel, Buffalo Swing, Haboitis Power, and Jack Liners. And binabati ko din yung family ko sa Ormoc, sila Papa, and happy birthday sa kapatid ko, and sa tatay ko din bukas. And binabati din yung girlfriend ko na si Nika Aldamia. And di ko kalimutan yung Batang Hamog, binabati ko din yung Batang Hamog.
Thank you so much. Once again, that was Joshua Yero, our best player of the game, brought to us by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL. Back to you guys.
Thank you for that, Andrea. Congratulations to Meycauayan and the Quezon Huskers. And get well soon, Attorney Don Kapunan. And we do hope to see you here back in the MPBL very soon. Di pa tayo tapos dito sa MPBL on our Labor Day game day. Next up is your Caloocan victory liner Batang Kangkalu versus Marikina.
Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL, Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball